Hello, Eagles. The wind is not whipping down the plains. It's tearing up the Gulf Coast. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Mark, and we've got stories ripped from the headlines and those closer to home, all today in your Eagles Perch. With a new president comes change. This fall, President Trump has tried to make good on his campaign promises to revise the immigration policies of the Obama administration. He now sets his sights on the DACA program.
The Trump administration has just announced that they're ending the DACA program. This means that 800,000 immigrants that came from a different country are going to be deported. DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Trump quotes, "You know what I want? I want dreamers from this country. I want dreamers to come from the United States. I want them to have dreams also. I want the children that are growing up in the United States to dream also. They aren't dreaming right now." I interviewed some people to see what they thought about DACA.
Dreamers are hardworking people who came to America to seek a better life for themselves and or their family. The diversity in schools and in the economy will decrease very drastically.
David Dobrik is a YouTube personality / vlogger who has 5 million subscribers and is living the American dream. But if you first saw him, you would never know that he's an immigrant from Slovakia who is also a part of the DACA program. Dobrik tweeted, "I paid $400,000 in taxes last year and all I got was a free trip back to Slovakia. #defend DACA." He and many other YouTubers are using their platform for their opinion on the repeal on DACA. Trump also tweeted that dreamers don't have to worry for 6 months because there will be no action. But what happens after the 6 months? I guess it lies in Congress and how people take it. This is Shania for Eagle News.
Recently, Mother Nature hasn't let the lazy days of summer be so lazy, as several hurricanes have hit portions of Texas, Gulf Coast, Caribbean islands, and portions of Florida and the East Coast. Marcus and Christian asked how you would deal with this devastation.
Can you survive the hurricane?
Hey sir, what is your name?
My name is Jeff Wall.
Alright, well it's nice to meet you. I'd like to ask you a couple questions about the hurricane.
Absolutely.
Do you think you could have survived the hurricanes that have happened recently?
Absolutely not. I definitely would have vacated. I think they put emergency response plans in place, and if the people that know how bad these storms are saying you need to get out of Dodge, then by golly, I'd be getting out of Dodge.
I think I'm a pretty prepared person, so I do believe so.
All right. How do you think social media has affected the coverage of the hurricane?
I think it's done a pretty good job, made people aware, did a good job raising some money too.
All right, thank you for your time, Dylan.
Yeah, no problem. I'd love to shake your hand.
Well, there you have it, folks. Well, hopefully the storm doesn't never come our way.
Back here, students at Olathe North are gearing up for fall theater season. Hannah takes us behind the scenes of the fall auditions.
The theater season has already begun, so we asked people for some advice on auditions.
Auditioning has been a little scary for me, but as long as you practice your roles, then it should be fine. And Mr. Pence is like one of the nicest people I've ever met, and he's, it'll be cool and it'll be all good.
Definitely prepare your monologue or cold read or read through all the stuff before you go to your auditions. Otherwise you'll fail.
Chillax. The biggest thing that everybody's going to be is nervous, right? And you got to have a little bit of nerves, but you just got to relax a little bit. The more comfortable you are on stage, the better you're going to do when you perform.
Just be confident. If you mess up your lines, act like you meant to say that, and go full out.
Stressful to prepare for, but it's honestly no big deal. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
If you missed auditions, it's not too late to get involved. Tech packets are available outside the Little Theater. This is Hannah from Eagles Perch. Next up, Kelvin and Edgar bring you our Olathe Sports News. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Mark.
Until our next broadcast.
I am one. You are one. We are one. I am one.
Yo uno.
I am one. Je suis unique. I am one.
Yo soy una.
I am one.
You are one.
Uno. You are one.
Vous êtes unique. You are one.
You are one.
We are one.
Nosotros unos.
We are one. You are one.
We are one.
We are one.
Hello, it's time for our Eagle Sports News. I'm Edgar.
And I'm Kelvin. It's fall and the biggest teams in the city are right here at Olathe North. First up, Destin and Drew take a look at the Eagle football team's fall openers.
Major upset this week as Olathe North beats Wichita Heights. How long have you been coaching?
This is also my first year as a coach.
What are your thoughts on the Wichita Heights game?
I was very pleased with the game. I thought our guys played very well, and I thought we showed some resilience at the very beginning, going down 18-0. I was very, very happy with how we came back and played hard the entire game.
Can you describe a key play during the game?
Yes, I think the key play of the game was when Savion stole a handoff from the quarterback and scored a touchdown early in the second quarter.
What was the mood in the locker room during halftime?
The mood, I couldn't actually tell you. I was out on the field and I was dealing with some technical issues.
Do you have any personal strategies going into the game against Olathe East?
Not exactly. I like to just get the guys fired up. I like to make sure they're playing hard. I leave the strategies to other coaches.
Were you at this past Friday's Wichita game?
I absolutely was.
Do you have any key plays that you saw that really blew your mind at the game?
Actually, I would have to go back to the fumble return on the pitch at about the 5-yard line. I don't know, there's some guy that might know something about that. But not only that, I think our defense made some key stops after it felt like early that we were struggling, but ultimately they did a great job. And then we started to throw the ball, which loosened their defense up. And then we had special teams. So all three facets of the game ended up showing up, and I think that was the key to the victory.
What are your thoughts about going into this Friday's game against Olathe East?
It's Olathe East, and that's enough said. So there should be enough passion and excitement. We're not real big fans of the Hawks. We also absolutely adore their head football coach, Coach Owen. He's a former North guy, but that doesn't matter. On Friday night, we're going to take care of business.
And if the outcomes continue like this, the Eagles are in for a good season.
On the field of our football team, Eagle Soccer, it's been a great season so far. Kelvin and I took some time to get our team captain's impression of the year so far.
Eagle Soccer off to a great start.
I really love the school and everything that it stands for and how welcoming everybody is.
What got you to playing soccer?
Just like a bunch of the guys that were in my weights class my freshman year taking summer weights. They had asked me if I wanted to go out and kick around at the summer soccer sessions, and so I just went out and enjoyed it and loved it. Able to keep up with the pace of the varsity games and be able to sprint the whole time.
How do you feel about the game?
I feel like we should be doing better than we are right now. However, we are improving and we're doing very good. Key player of the game, it's not one key player, it's the whole team.
Eagle Soccer looking for a great season. This is Edgar, and this is Kelvin. ESPN. Our soccer players are proving to be fast on the field, but we have another winning tradition that's fast on the streets, and now they are running the city at the night in their own cross-country meet. Mark brings us this on the nighttime speed of our cross-country Eagles.
Was this your first time doing a night race?
Yes, this is the first night cross-country meet we've tried. We saw some team, I think in California, does a night cross-country meet, and so we thought it looked like fun, so we tried to emulate it.
How did your team do in the race?
I think everybody did great. We had a lot of PRs that night, and the varsity boys team won the whole meet, and we had lots of individual medals, so I'd say we came out pretty good shape.
Will you be doing this again?
I'm sure we probably will. It seemed to be pretty popular. Everybody had a good time and said it was one of the best cross-country meets they'd ever been to, so that usually means we'll do it again.
How was your experience setting up the course?
I thought the course was great. It was very flat, very fast, lots of long straightaways. So it was not a difficult or challenging course to run, other than it was very fast.
Will this replace Lone Elm?
It probably will replace Lone Elm. They unfortunately have done some things out at Lone Elm that have destroyed the trails a little bit, so it's going to be difficult to run at least a varsity level cross-country meet at Lone Elm. So this may be a replacement, yep.
My name is Coach Huseman, and I'm the head cross-country coach.
Was this your first time doing a night race?
Yeah, this is the first time definitely ever run one. In terms of a management side, I've run them personally back in college, but that was quite a while ago.
What gave you the idea to do a race at night?
There's a couple across the country. They just call them, different twilight meets. One in Memphis, Tennessee, and then there's another one in New Mexico. And just thought it'd be a really fun experience for all the athletes, and then hopefully just as well as a competitive race. So that's why.
Will you be doing this again?
Oh, I definitely think we will. Yeah. Had a lot of fun doing it. Got really good feedback from athletes and other coaches and parents and kind of the community as a whole, that it was just, it's nice to have an event as opposed to just kind of running in the morning. Not that that's bad, but just gives a little bit more recognition when, kind of more of a prime time atmosphere.
How was your experience setting up the course?
Setting up the course, we had a lot of help from the facilities crew out at ODAC, who did quite a bit of it. We came through and added a lot of the flags and some of the, finishing touches. But
will this replace Lone Elm?
The ODAC crew really kind of took most of the work and helped us out there, and then we just kind of had to finish it up.
How did your team do in the race?
I thought everyone ran awesome. I thought everybody ran really, really fast. We had lots of PRs for C-Team JV and at the varsity level. Lots of medalists in every race. And then the boys varsity was fortunate enough to actually win their race. So brought home a trophy there as well. So it was a really fun evening.
Finally, Jesus and Brendan dig deep in the analysis of the recent Chiefs versus Patriots game.
The Patriots had a tough night keeping up with the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday night as they would kick off the NFL season in Foxborough. The Patriots captured an early 7-0 lead on a Mike Gillislee rushing touchdown, but that didn't last long. On the Chiefs' first drive of the season, rookie Kareem Hunt fumbled the football, and the Patriots would not capitalize on the mistake by Kansas City. Chiefs tight end Demetrius Harris with a 7-yard catch for a touchdown and ties it up for the Chiefs. And back and forth as the teams would go, Smith launches a beauty to Tyreek Hill as he's off to the races for 75 yards, and the Chiefs would retake the lead 14-7. Down by 6, Alex Smith to the rookie Kareem Hunt across the middle for a touchdown, and the Chiefs will take the lead for good. Chiefs take down the Patriots on the road 42-27 as the Patriots will host New Orleans next week, and the Kansas City Chiefs will host the Philadelphia Eagles at home. This is Brendan and Jesus for Eagle News.
Thanks for watching. I'm Edgar.
And I'm Kelvin.
And this is ESPN News.